Tape Deck Media.
See you at the party, Richter!
Welcome back to another edition of See You at the Party, Richter. I am one of your hosts, Joseph Beck Castro. Joining me, as always, are Aaron Frescus.
Yellow.
And Christopher the Body Chapman.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, that's how buff guys talk. Today we're going to be continuing our coverage of Arnold's 1976 quote-unquote comedy drama, whatever you want to call it, Stay Hungry. So we're going to be getting into the basically the summary of the movie, and I'm guessing most, if not all of you, have not watched this. So first off, don't waste your time.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah. Second of all, just listen to Chris tell you about it and us make jokes and be annoyed.
Yeah.
So while we're on that, why don't we just go ahead and get into it?
Yeah. And however bad you think this movie is from us talking about it, it's actually a couple degrees worse than that. So
yeah,
just be aware. All right. So we open this movie with some serene shots of a young man riding his horse through the forest with some Little House on the Prairie music. As the man makes his way back to his mansion, we hear the voice of his uncle, a Civil War general, who wrote a letter to his nephew to set up what little plot this movie will have. We find out that the young man's parents recently died, and his uncle thinks it's time that he join the family steel business instead of pissing his life away working at a dead-end industry like real estate.
Yeah. Well, does he says that he was in steel?
He just says that that's like the family business.
Oh, okay.
As the letter closes out, we see that the young man is Jeff Bridges before he gets tronified.
And yeah, looking pretty hot too.
Yeah. That's a young Jeff Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Beau Bridges was never that good looking, was he?
What are you talking about? He's
Beau Bridges?
Yeah, he's fine.
Really? No, he's fine. I'm just saying he was never that good looking, was he?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen. I think the oldest movie that I've seen with Beau Bridges is probably The Wizard, and I'm sure I've seen something before that. But that's a good movie too.
Who the fuck is Beau Bridges?
Beau Bridges is
Jeff Bridges' brother.
He's also in Sidekicks. He was the dad in Sidekicks, the movie with Jonathan Brandis and Chuck Norris. That's a good movie too. This is a good movie. Just two stupid movies that I know him from the most, which is you know The Wizard, right, Joe?
Yeah, I've seen
the Super Mario Brothers movie. He's the dad in that. He's Christian Slater and who else is Fred Savage and
Fred Savage
and Lucas, I think Haas. Anyway,
no, everybody.
Anyway,
just a couple of the lines from here that he says, "You are young and particularly vulnerable now that your parents are dead."
Yeah, I was like,
just
wow.
like asking him to come work for him, basically guilt trip him into it.
Yeah.
It's just weird because it starts off like a Ken Burns documentary about the Civil War. Yeah. It's like, fondest regards, Uncle Albert Beauregard III, December 1862. It was weird.
Also, I didn't like the way he said, "my beloved sister." I didn't like that. I was not a fan.
The Southern accents Jeff Bridges does, it like pops up every now and then. So
yeah,
but
yeah, I think he does all right with it.
The actual Southern people in this, like that you can tell are from there. I'm assuming Uncle Beauregard, Uncle Albert was actually Southern because he's got, I don't know. Anyway,
it's like him and the fiddle guy.
Yeah.
But we cut from the calm of Bridges' lonely mansion to the cacophonous city streets where some greasy, low-life realtors race each other to a business meeting, running red lights and threatening to sexually assault pedestrians along the way.
Was that did that used to be like a low
I don't know,
business or something?
You know, I get it. These guys are slimy and they're kind of like trying to gentrify the city, or like not even gentrify it, but like, you know.
Well, it's supposed to be a scam or something, isn't it? Like,
no, I don't think it's a scam. I think they just want to build a high-rise.
I swear to God, that's how it it's.
Yeah, they're like the movie thinks it's like shitty and gross. But
just cause,
I mean, the movie's right. Like,
yeah,
whatever
not entirely wrong.
Yeah, whatever the fuck you say about like it. Oh, did that used to be a scummy thing? It's still like freaking being a real estate magnet. It's still a fucking scummy thing. It's just like treated different now. So you know what? I'll be brave. I'll say it, man. I'll fucking say this shit.
I just think it's really funny that this movie is like, fucking realtors are the scum of the earth. You got to go back and do real like.
Curious what they did to
blue collar shit
to Charles Gaines, where he's like, realtors. Also, I like the CB. They're talking on CB radios, just like a favorite among truckers and perverts. And I can't remember. I read a lot of shit about this, and I'm trying to think if it was like something I read was talking about, and I think it was a interview with the director, how like CB fell out or something, or they didn't like using CB because there's too many people that like, it's a lot of truckers, but then the rest of them are guys that are like perverts, basically.
Really?
I can't remember what I read it in though.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. Anyway, okay.
Like I understand a lot of weirdos probably do CB, but like, I don't know. Just like perverts specifically, I don't. Why are you on CB? Are you just like talking dirty to each other?
I mean, I think they're trying to. It's probably like that. What was it? Chat roulette? Was that what that was?
Yeah, they're just trying to pick up like lady truckers,
like random ones. Like you're like, okay, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, this is the part of the movie where I turned subtitles on because I could not understand what the fuck they were saying.
Yep.
And I don't like subtitles, but I left them on this entire movie.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I watch them when we do these movies just because, like, especially when I was doing the summary, just because it's easier for me to, like, follow along or whatever. But, like, it would definitely help for this one because,
yeah, between Arnold, all the Southern people, and just the weird 70s shit they say. Like weird colloquialisms that I'm not familiar with. I was like,
yeah, I should have wrote one down. Something about snot in a something or other.
Yeah, slicker than snot on a doorknob.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So we see these same slime balls up in their office where they discuss their filthy real estate deals with Jeff Bridges' Craig Blake. The meeting is led by the winner of a Tony Clifton lookalike contest that is inexplicably named Javo.
His name's Javo?
Or Jabo, I don't know. Either way, it's fucking stupid.
I think it's Jabo.
Yeah. By the way, if you don't know who Tony Clifton is, go look it up, and you'll realize my joke was quite funny.
It is.
So
nobody knows who Tony Clifton was. No. I mean, I do. Like, I don't know. Is he still alive? Maybe.
Definitely. I'd say definitely.
You think Tony Clifton's alive or Andy Kaufman's alive?
Well, no, it's Tony Clifton.
Okay.
Sure.
Andy Kaufman's dead as
dead as a snot on a doorknob. So Jabo tells Bridges that in order to complete their dastardly plan of purchasing every property on a particular city block, Bridges himself must go and personally convince a gym owner to sell his property, and then they have a very normal and natural double high five that almost ends with a kiss to close out the meeting.
Oh, I mean, I probably would have tried to kiss him too if that was me.
Okay, so good thing you brought that up. There are some questions about the origin of the high five. I watched a video on it on this recently. According to Wikipedia, the two most documented cases are Dusty Baker and Glenn Burke with the Dodgers in 1977, both baseball players.
Wait, they were obviously both on the Dodgers. Like two players aren't going to high five if they're on opposite teams.
Yeah, that'd be great.
He's just rounding third after hitting a home run. High five. He's like, hey man, what the fuck? As well as Wiley Brown and Derek Smith of the Louisville Cardinal men's basketball teams, 1978 to 79. This movie came out in 1976, and they do say, I think he says, "Give me 10."
Yeah,
yeah.
So I couldn't find any more info or anything like the origins of the high 10. So. Like,
I just really like the idea that the high five is like a casual version of the high 10.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I got to go edit Wikipedia and be like, in the movie, Stay Hungry.
Jabo invents the high five.
Yeah.
All I can think of is Jabo the slut. There's got to be something better in there. There's no way that guy's a slut unless he's paying for it.
For sure.
Sorry.
He would be. My only note at this part is like, so far Bridges is the only like decent actor in this movie.
I mean, they're doing a pretty good job of being slimy. My only note for this was
but
I
they
hate
feel
all these
really.
guys.
I don't know. They feel really like
cartoonish.
Yeah. So Bridges' rich buddy, who is the one who got him into the real estate deal in the first place, walks him to his car and gives him a little pep talk to make sure that the sale goes down smooth. Bridges heads to the Olympic Spa for men and women, where we see a sign advertising that Mr. Austria, or Joe Santo, trains exclusively at this gym. Inside, Bridges meets Mary Tate Farnsworth, played by Sally Field, and gets a tour of the facilities from a young Freddy Krueger, a.k.a. Franklin. And what is that weird moaning that's happening when he first comes into the gym?
I don't know.
Did you hear that?
Was it
I only heard it on like my third watch.
It's
right when he comes in and talks to
was it
Sally
male
Field.
or female?
I think it was a lady.
Who's Sally? Fields. Sally Fields. Okay.
God damn it. But just like in the background, there's just somebody going,
I mean,
maybe
depending
it's
on
a massage.
Yeah?
That's upstairs.
Or like it could have been fucking Thor Herrickson like looking down his peephole thing.
That's true. Jesus Christ.
Creep.
So Robert Englund says herbs like an English person. So I was like, oh, I wonder if he's British because of that. And, his last name. But no, he's actually from Glendale and went to Cal State Northridge. Wow. Yeah. Like my father-in-law and my friend T-Bone. But T-Bone, aka Trevor, if you want to be fancy about it, he told me when he went there, their baseball coach, like the manager, got ejected. So he came back in the team mascot, like the chicken or whatever it was, and then sat in the dugout the whole game. Nobody realized it. Like the umps and everything. I was like, that's pretty awesome.
Also, sorry, this is Robert Englund related, but he says he tells the guy to like keep the old guy that was on a machine.
Yeah, like on the barrel. You just sit on that barrel.
I don't know what machine that guy was on, but he tells him to stay on it. But I was really hoping that they'd have one of those like old timey belt shaking machines. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, like any footage I've ever seen is always like an old fat guy that's using it, like an old fat white guy that's using them. It just makes me laugh every time because it's just like I don't know what that's supposed to do, but
no idea.
Also, I loved how the massage just like consists of drumming on the dude's back.
Yeah, he's just slapping him. He's just slapping people.
And that's what he does later to the girls. So
yeah, exactly. So after the tour, Bridges meets Thor Erickson, owner of the gym, who immediately attempts to molest him as they proceed to not talk about business.
Yeah, Thor Erickson is just a fucking creep from the get-go.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious if Bob Rafelson was giving tips between takes on how to portray that better.
Absolutely.
Fucking creep.
Absolutely. I'm sure that was the real life inspiration.
No, grab him.
No, really. No, touch him in places he doesn't expect.
Exactly.
Jesus. Let's see. A couple days later, Bridges comes back to the gym during Joe Santo's secret training session to meet Newton, who is another gym employee. The massage therapist, and Mr. Austria himself, played by Arnold in a Batman costume.
Sort of.
Sort of.
It was just
a mask and a cape, but
it was like, it wasn't covering all of his face, right? Or was it?
It was
covering as much as a Batman mask would.
Oh, okay.
It's like a Batman Beyond mask.
Yeah. Jeff Bridges also gets, what's the guy's name? The massage guy?
Newton.
Yeah, he gives him shit about the size of the weights that he's using, which is exactly why I don't go to the gym. That in effect,
yeah, that's
I'm a lazy
true.
piece of shit. But
but then Arnold comes to his defense. He's like, I think he's doing fine.
Yeah.
Franklin tells Bridges that Thor is holding a Mr. Universe competition in a month, and that they want to keep Arnold a secret so he doesn't scare off the other competitors.
See, I didn't catch that he was hosting it.
Yeah. He's the one. Yeah.
Which makes sense with the end.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, but, okay. And why he has the money in the first place.
Yeah.
Did you catch that joke? Because I didn't catch that. That he was actually hosting it?
I mean, at the end, yeah. But not at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a quick line. Another line that I like is when Bridges asks if Robert Englund is Arnold's trainer, and he goes, "No, I'm his grease man." And my first thought was, Robert Englund definitely strikes me as a grease man. I don't know why. I'm just saying. I look at him and
too.
Yeah, grease man. After a workout, Bridges is invited by the guys to go to a local bar and meet up with Mary Tate and Anita, another woman from the gym, although Arnold stays behind to do some more training. At the bar, Bridges learns that Arnold's Santo is something of a Renaissance man, although it seems like it's primarily sports. I don't know. He just talks about like different sports that he does.
Yeah, this is Robert Englund like talking him up too, like Joe Santonager. I don't know.
No, I don't like the way that sounds.
I wrote it down and I said it, and I was like, Joe Santo. But it made me think that there's no way that he has not tried to kiss Arnold's character after having had like a little too much moonshine. Like either not yet, or it's going to happen eventually, because like he really is all about Santo.
I mean, when you're greasing people up, things happen.
Just kissing his neck while he's greasing him up. You're Scott, sorry.
And Bridges also does some dancing with Mary Tate before getting himself into a bar fight where he gets brained with a pool rack. And my immediate thought was just like that hit was way too serious for a comedy.
The pool racks.
Yeah,
and then how pissed off he gets.
He grabs the pool rack and he fucking hits him in the head. Yeah, and then Bridges just like fucking freaks out.
Yeah, and then it cuts away.
Yeah,
but they first there's a little like exchange where they talk about shooting birds.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be funny, but it wasn't.
No,
so the lady Anita, Bridges is talking about all the hunting he does, or like some trip that he took where he went hunting, and then mentions that he shot some doves. Yeah. Anita gets pissed off and interjects into the conversation and is like, I don't even remember what she said. She just says, I can't fucking stand that.
Yeah.
And
which,
Bridges,
whatever, like, it's
sure.
just, there's a lot, and this is just me bitching, but there's a lot in this movie that just doesn't need to be in it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Shooting birds thing. This is like the first example. And this actress was in 5 Easy Pieces, and there's this part in Five Easy Pieces. Jack Nicholson and his girlfriend pick up her and her friend. They're with them with the diner scene where he's like giving the waitress shit about not being able to order like toast or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, but she goes on like a rant about, I can't even remember what it's about, but it's similar to this. So it made me think like that's why they had her do it again, because she does it right here and she does something else a little later, like kind of a similar thing when she's talking about the karate stuff, right?
Yeah, when she rants about the ladies not being able to do karate.
It's not nearly as long as it is in 5 Easy Pieces, because I remember that being, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? She's just talking about, I cannot remember what she was talking about, but it's like...
Here's the thing. I agree with you. This is unnecessary, but like my contention is that a lot of stuff in this movie, if they had cast decent comedians and maybe given it another pass, that these might actually land as like jokes.
Or had like a writer that was a comedy writer.
Well, sure, but that's what I mean, is that like there are scenes that I almost think are fun. Like the scene where he meets Thor and Thor's kind of like, again, molesting him. Yeah. I was like, that could have been funny if it were like, I don't know, if the movie knew how to do that a little bit better. I found it kind of funny. But like, there are a bunch of those little moments in here where I'm like, that's almost funny, but none of these actors really know how to do comedy, and clearly the writer doesn't. I don't know.
No. Or the director. It's like you need a director that knows how to do it too. Which...
the movie very obviously wants to be at least part comedy. I don't know.
Yeah.
This it's just kind of a mess, this movie.
I mean, it's a romantic comedy.
Sure.
Anyway, so yeah, as far as the bar fight.
Yeah.
So this guy, he gets pissed off because...
some drunk dude at a bar starts talking to Bridges and asks if they play football. Bridges is just being like kind of...
No, he says he looks familiar.
No, he asks them if you play football because they're all so big.
Yeah.
That's why he asks
them.
That's
right. The familiar thing was later.
Yeah. And then Bridges just like being
he's
kind of...
fucking around.
Yeah, he's just fucking around. Yeah. He's like, we all play for Auburn. I'm a scat back for the team.
Is that a thing?
Yes. So
Auburn? A college? Yeah.
Yes, they both are. A scat back is a running back, but that's usually, a style of running back. They're kind of small, quick, and catch passes. They're not like a big bruiser, like a power back.
I thought he was just making shit up.
Yeah, so did I. Until like the guy that ends up hitting him, obviously he was like, "You ain't no scat back" or something like that.
He says Auburn don't have no scat backs, and I thought that was like a joke to make the guy seem stupid, but like, yeah.
No.
So who's an example of a person, like a famous person?
I guess Reggie Bush might be considered a scat back.
Okay. Is it just it's just someone that's smaller?
Yeah.
And then it's super faster.
Yeah, they're usually fast, quick, smaller.
So what was like you said running back, right?
Yeah.
What was Emmitt Smith? So he's not...
No, he was just a regular running back. I guess Barry Sanders might be a scat back.
So what was... You said a power one too, right?
Like, yeah, a power back is like a big, like kind of like a bruiser, like Derrick Henry or Eric Dickerson or somebody. I don't know how much you know about football.
What's a power bottom, Joe?
Okay, a power bottom is... you're generating the thrust... but you are the bottom. So it's kind of a role reversal there.
I see. And where does the football fit into all of this?
Well, usually the anus, but...
I see.
Yeah. Start with a Nerf.
The one with the whistle, preferably.
Yeah. Well, you got to have the one with the like tail on it, you know, for safety.
My other note was man, those Auburn fans sure do take their football seriously.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Or it's just like you don't have anything else to fight about that night. You're like, I'm
exactly.
Not he said, what to you? I also love the actor that he gets in a fight with, whose name, I looked it up. His name is Dennis Berkeley, but he's in a fucking ton of stuff.
Oh, really?
Did you guys recognize that guy?
I didn't.
Okay. So he's like in, again, it's like stuff that's early 90s. And
just a bunch of random shit.
Well, it's like he was in like the movie Son-in-Law with Pauly Shore.
Oh yeah.
Thanks. Now there's a comedy classic.
Yeah. And he was in Suburban Commando. Anyway, okay, keep going. Sorry.
All right. So as Bridges cleans himself up in the bathroom, Arnold comes to check on him. Then they all head back to Bridges' house, where Arnold takes note of the chemistry between Bridges and Mary Tate.
He does?
Yeah, a little bit. He like it's after he talks about the crystal, he kind of notices like,
is it just like a look, or did it?
Yeah, it's just a look.
Oh,
no, they don't
I must
say
have missed it when I was writing notes. Then
yeah, just a look.
Okay, so real quick on that, unless I'm wrong, I feel like the whole point of that scene was to basically show that, like, first off, the first like signs that Jeff Bridges' character just doesn't really seem to give like a damn about his like family's legacy or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's also to.
And then two, that Arnold is smarter, like / more cultured or whatever.
Yeah, more cultured than you expect / like
despite being a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Which that's not me taking a dig, but
also Franklin is a little bit like tactless, which I think is more of like a.
Oh yeah, because doesn't he say something about your parents are dead and.
Yeah, he what does he say?
he pulls like Uncle Beauregard and it's just like your dead parents.
Bridges is like, no, it's my parents' house. And then Franklin asks if they're on vacation or something. He goes, no, they're dead. And then he goes, oh, so it is your house. And then the other girl is like, shut up, you idiot. Yeah. So I think it's to highlight the difference between like the low class and high class people and the other stuff you said as well.
And and just Schwarzenegger being like smart.
Yeah.
Which is just funny. Like, oh my God. It's just so weird to me. It's just, holy crap, they can actually like, they're actually smart.
Yeah. He can care about things besides weights.
And then they got, I like how they hit both the stereotypes. Because then later you get the gay for some reason that was like a thing. Because like only gay dudes care about how they look in the 70s.
Yeah.
So otherwise you had like Charles Bronson or Clint Eastwood or like Mr. Potato Head. that was like the manly fucking thing.
I think we should bring that back. Because
that the manly thing is like
to have a failing hairline and a wispy mustache.
Yeah, and only gays work out.
Mustache and I'm in.
Damn, Joe, you're out of shape. I'm like, well, I'm not gay. What do you want from me?
Yeah, I fuck a lot of ladies. Yeah, what do you want from me?
Man, they had you got a good point. They had something going in the 70s.
Exactly.
Out of shape. Bad hairline. You're like all gangly. You look like a fucking potato.
Everybody's got bags under their eyes and jowls. Yeah. So next we see Bridges meeting some friends at the country club. One of the rich socialites asks Bridges to find her an authentic music act for some party that she's throwing. And as he leaves, Bridges kind of brushes off his real estate buddy so he can kind of buy himself more time to close the gym deal. And oh shit, Ed Begley Jr. is there.
That was one of my notes. Ed Begley Jr.
I didn't even notice it was him till the credits.
Till later.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't notice him in the part where he pops up later.
No.
At the pool? Yeah.
Yeah, during the pool scene.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Are they playing Yahtzee?
I believe so.
No, I think they're...
I
Are they
feel
really
like
playing
Yahtzee or Liar's Dice or something?
Yeah, I think it's like Liar's Dice or something.
What is Liar's Dice?
It's that game they play in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay. What do you know how to play it or what it is?
I have no clue.
I used to. I don't remember.
Okay. And also Amy she's not like Jeff Bridges' Andrew. It's just a friend,
I don't
right?
think so. Yeah.
I don't fucking know who any of these people are. So.
I think she's just some rich lady he knows from the country club. Probably just a family friend.
I also like how she just like asks him to find a band and just walks away before I can answer.
Yeah. And
then the dude that he's sitting with, who I nicknamed Porn Stash, which as like I wrote it as one word first, so it kind of looked like Porn Stash J or something like that.
Pornstachio?
Yeah. Porn Stash J. Anyways, you got the right man, Amy. He knows every weirdo in town. I don't get that. Like, just because he's like hanging out with
I think just because I don't think it's the bodybuilders. I think it's like everything he's done up to that point. I think like his lifestyle is very like he goes out and finds like different kinds of people to hang out with as opposed to just sticking to the country club with all the rich assholes.
Okay.
And they don't like that.
Okay.
He's a social butterfly.
Like he spends a lot of his time like doing extreme sports and stuff, I think, and like hunting.
This movie is making me want to look up more about Charles Gaines because I know like some of this is like not based on his life, but he grew up in this environment.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Let's see. Okay, so back at the gym, we see Thor training Arnold, and it seems like Arnold doesn't exactly see eye to eye with Thor. Bridges shows up and feebly tries to talk about buying the gym, but then the drunk Thor doesn't want to talk.
Just the way he shows up too was like, why don't you put some weight on that bar, pussy? It's like, but then like a little smirk after that, to where it was like, I'm not sure if that was ad-libbed or not, but like
I don't know, but that joke fell flat as hell.
Yeah, it was weird because like the way Jeff Bridges is, what didn't come off as like mean. It was like like
totally.
It came out Jeff Bridgie.
Yeah, charming or whatever.
Yeah. Jeff Bridges of Madison County. It's a nice and charming.
So Bridges and Arnold work out together and shoot the shit until Thor leaves in a huff, and then we find out that the only real reason Arnold is involved with Thor is to pay off the debt incurred when Thor helped him immigrate from Austria.
He also explains the Batman costume, which Arnold says he does because it's funny, but like
sure.
Yeah. And everyone knows that the funniest jokes are the ones you have to explain, so that's good. I'd also kind of say the fact that they have to explain that, and this is again me bitching, is not exactly great writing because you don't want to do that with your dialogue.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anyway, he also mentions that Thor Herickson was the one that brought him over.
Yeah.
So he owes him, which it just like draws some parallels to Arnold's like at the time real life relationship with Joe Weider.
Yeah.
And I'm curious if Weider took any offense to how much of a bag of crap that Thor Erickson ends up being through, like eventually, to where he's like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah, that's
it's like
fair.
It's not you. That is not you at all. You don't have a hairpiece. Your hair looks fine. That's
no one
the only difference.
Yeah. Let's see. The next thing we see is Arnold and Mary Tate picking up Bridges and his lady friend Dorothy and taking them to like a fish fry out on the lake, I think. I can't really tell what it is.
Okay, as far as picking up Jeff Bridges, did Sally Field mean to open that beer and spill it on Craig's lady friend when she got in the car? Because it kind of seemed like it, but I wasn't sure. Like,
it seemed like it at first, and then I thought no, but then later on when she is kind of pissed about it, I'm like, oh, maybe that was on purpose.
Yeah, sorry,
so,
that
like,
was. I'm just like, some drama. Let's get something going with this.
Yeah, let's have some like just a modicum of plot, please.
Yeah, and then when you said they're barbecuing, and Craig's lady friend is like talking about the Russian writer. I love how she's just holding like a whole fried fish on a fork, like you still got the fins on it and everything, like you'd see in a cartoon. Like I was just looking at it, I'm like, dude, that they didn't cut the head off. They didn't like. It's just like a fish that they dunked in like and just fried it.
Yeah, just
it's
straight
like
up dunked in oil.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe that's a southern thing. Like because I've seen like a taco shop or something where they leave the head on the but still
I feel like I've seen that before.
Yeah, I mean,
it's literally the whole fish though.
Yeah.
But with that you have like a plate and you can fillet it yourself. Like this was just on a fucking stick. So I maybe and it looked like a bluegill or something. Maybe they got really really small bones and it's kind of like a sardine where you can fry the whole thing and eat it. But
yeah,
how's that? Have you tried that?
What, a sardine?
Like I've tried sardine. Wait. Sardines are different. No, I haven't tried sardines. Actually, I've tried anchovies.
Or anchovies. That's what I was thinking of. Sardine.
Sardines just makes me think of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, where he's like, sardine. the guy in the train. Anyway, sorry. Have you tried? So no on sardines.
I mean, like canned sardines.
Nope. Yeah. Any good? Just salty as fuck?
Yeah, they're just salty as fuck. I mean, they're good if you get like a little mustard in a cracker or something.
There was one more thing that I was going to mention as far as food, but I don't remember where I was like, ugh. I don't know. Anyway, other note.
They talk about hash in the country club scene. Were you going to talk about hash?
Oh, that was another thing. Do you know what that? Like he said like red something hash.
I heard red flannel hash.
I also don't. my dad
But-
gave us a lot of corned beef hash, and not really a fan.
Yeah, I've only had it like once. I did not like it.
Corned beef hash is amazing.
Yeah.
It's just corned beef with potatoes.
How
I
do
like
you
corned beef.
Do you just?
You don't like corned beef?
I don't think I've ever had corned beef by itself. So
I mean, like on a fancy like Jewish deli, you get like corned beef
No.
or something. Oh, all right. Well, next time you're here, we got to get some. We got to go to Tommy's
Okay.
get some good corned beef.
do you do anything with? You just warm it up and then eat the corned beef hash, or are you talking about like
Yeah, it's
doing
like
something?
You
to it,
just you get it at like a breakfast spot. It's just corned beef and potatoes, and then it usually has some eggs or whatever. It's just beef cooked different. So it's like
Yeah.
stringy, and then the hash part is the potatoes, like hash browns.
I think it's the corned beef part that I didn't like. Then.
Interesting.
Like, is it? Well, see, I'm weird about maybe not texture stuff, but like, I feel like if it was like grilled like a hash brown or whatever, I'd be like, well, okay, this isn't too bad. But my dad just warmed it up, so it was like
Yeah, I mean,
mushy, I guess.
There was no crispy, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be crispy?
yeah, it's supposed to be like corned beef mixed with a hash brown. So the hash brown is supposed to be crispy. And the corn.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely
Yeah.
wasn't. It was like mushy, like corn. Like I'm sure he like warmed it on the stove or something like that, and was like, okay, well, there you go, in a tortilla
Yeah.
with some eggs, maybe. I was like,
Ugh.
Well,
okay.
from what you've told me about your dad, I don't really trust him to make it good. I guess every time I hear or think about Hamburger Helper, I just think about you and your dad. So
No, Hamburger Helper is good.
I know,
still.
but that was you were like, "Ooh, I'm going to my dad's house. We're going fancy tonight, Hamburger Helper." So I don't know. Maybe your dad is a good cook.
or eggs with ketchup.
That was the thing.
It's a thing
That
for a
is-
lot of people, but
I know, and I haven't tried it recently, but I used to like it.
I did too when I was a kid.
Not too much ketchup.
I like ketchup on so many things. I don't know why I don't like it on it. I fucking hate it on eggs. It's gross.
Okay, and like I posted something on social media about asking if that was a thing because Erica had never heard of it, and so
Really?
not to stereotype whatever. Every single, and I am Mexican, but every single all of my Mexican friends are like, hell yeah, eggs on ketchup. Used to make that. My mom used to make that all the time for me, and maybe it's just like a poor person thing.
I mean,
like because all like the fancy friends were like, what the fuck are you guys eating? Like,
I mean,
well, I mean, like, yeah, I'm white, but I grew up with a Mexican, so I always ate mayo on corn. Apparently, I found out that's weird. So maybe ketchup on eggs is like. Have you met another white person that ate it growing up?
you?
Yeah, but I like grew up with a Mexican, so it wasn't really.
True. I don't know. I have to go back to that post. I'm sure there's got to be at least one, but I don't know.
Interesting.
There was another salty thing which I can't
Jizz.
remember right now. But anyway, okay, we can move on. Sorry.
okay. On the note of jizz,
Yeah.
Dorothy asks if all bodybuilders are gay, and Arnold responds by offering to prove to her that he's not.
I would assume by like just like a pose or something, right?
Yeah, probably. All right. So then Dorothy says some real pretentious shit about some Russian writer to make sure that we know we're not supposed to like her. Mary Tate gets up to go water ski, and Bridges goes with her. Mary is clearly annoyed, so Bridges apologizes for not telling her about Dorothy. And then before he can finish, Mary Tate flips like a switch and isn't mad anymore because if they talk much longer, they might actually say something of substance.
I really like the fact that everybody, it's Bridges, it's Arnold, it's Freddy Krueger, and then not Sally Fields, just Mary Tate.
I don't know why. I just find Mary Tate way easier to say. I don't know.
Mine goes back and forth with my notes. I got Dorothy, Craig, and then sometimes it's Jeff Bridges or Arnold, and then it's got Joe Santo. I don't know. You guys ever water skied? Is that super fun?
I tried wakeboarding once. It was very difficult for me. So no, it was not fun.
I have, yeah. It's hard. I've done a lot more like tubing and stuff. Or
Tubing's fun.
I mean, there's no like any
Wakeboard?
sort of skill to that, right?
What, tubing?
I mean, you gotta have
With
grip
a tube-
strength.
tube-
Yeah, no, you just kind
Yeah,
of
just holding
hold on
on.
until your dad or whoever's fucking driving the boat's like, yeah, fuck this kid, and then goes you over the waves and you do like 6 flips.
Egg fucking.
And you're like, God damn it.
When he feels just sufficiently terrified, he'll go over a really big one.
That's driving the boat had a little too much to drink. So it's like, oh, you know what's going to be great? Watch this.
This little shit thinks he's badass. I mean, that's half the fun of tubing is like trying to hold on and you're hitting the wakes and you're
is hitting the water at 40 miles an hour. You're right.
Just rolling on it.
Oh man, I realized when I was watching this, I think I've only been on a boat maybe once, and there was a horn blower, so that doesn't really count because I was going around like the San Diego Bay or whatever. Like, yeah, and I don't even really remember that because I drank too much beforehand on the way down there, so I was getting sick for most of the time on the horn blower. So it was like, I've never been on a boat, and I don't know how seasickness works, but
yeah,
I feel like I might have that. I'm sure I would probably get that because I got everything.
Maybe, although the hornblower is probably a pretty calm, like easy ride.
I'm assuming I got sick from the booze, not the hornblower.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Like, I also I don't mind lakes. I would never do a cruise because that shit freaks me out.
Why?
What? Just being on the water?
Being isolated, basically, and I'm crazy.
I mean, I kind of get that.
I feel like I went on the first one ever. Not the first cruise ever. My first cruise ever.
I was on the Titanic
this summer, and it was. I mean, the thing's huge. Like it's like so many stories, and you know, it's like you feel like you're in just a small town.
I don't know. I'd still.
How often did you stop? Like go to port?
Probably like 4 times in a week.
Good job with the nautical terms. Go to port.
Yeah. I meant how much wine did you drink?
Oh, well, also a
lot. Where'd you go?
Alaska.
Okay. It was mostly asking about the water skiing and jet skiing stuff because I've never been on jet ski either because like I ain't going out there. Like
you didn't go on the jet ski ever?
No.
Oh. I mean, that's fun. Like, on the jet ski is fun as long as you, like...
Yeah, but then you, like...
as long as it's not too choppy. The jet ski part
would be fun, but then you gotta, like, hang out with family, like, for the rest of it.
Yeah, I guess.
And I don't want to hang out with you guys.
I get that. Let's see. So we see the two of them water ski for a minute. We cut to the ride home so that we can see that drunk Dorothy is even more annoying.
What they're singing?
Yeah, she fucking just starts singing a random song that somebody at the fish fry taught her that I don't think is a song.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. It just, like, it has no melody, but I guess that's probably the point.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I had a last note on that. At some point, somebody had, like, the water ski, and they had, like, a little hang glider parachute thing. They started going in the air. I was like, that looks awesome. I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah. It does look fun. Okay, so then that night when Arnold is dropping them off back at Bridges' house, he forces a very awkward partner swap, asking Bridges to take Mary Tate home, while absolutely nobody asks what Dorothy wants.
Nope.
Although I think it's kind of implied at the end of the scene that she, like, decides to be into it. But
but she does not look happy to start.
No,
she's like, "What the fuck is going on? Fuck no!" And then all of a sudden she's like, "Well, all right." Like, just
it was weird.
Yes,
it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So after that, inside the house, Bridges does feet stuff with Mary Tate, and then they bone on the stairs. The next morning, Mary Tate looks at some of Bridges' pictures, which show that he spent the last couple of years mostly doing different kinds of hunting, and he notes that he spends his time looking for new experiences, which is, I think, just rich person talk for I don't have a job. This is where we get, like, a tiny bit of nudity.
Yeah.
Like we see Sally Field's butt.
Normally I'm all for, like, gratuitous nudity in films, but even besides the gross shit that was going on behind scenes, I still am like, don't know about this. Like, something about Sally Field's nude scene just made me feel weird, but not like good weird.
Yeah.
It's more like an accidentally walking in and seeing your aunt naked weird. I don't know.
Yeah. I would just say that, like, all the nudity and, like, more, like, lascivious stuff in this movie feels the wrong kind of gratuitous. Yeah. I don't know. It feels exploitative, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think mine was more it's weird seeing Sally Field and, like, any sort of nude, because it's just like, that's my aunt. Stop looking at my aunt.
That's Aunt May.
Yeah, pretty much.
And my divorced mom.
And a flying nun.
Let's see. Okay, so the butler, William, enters the scene to give a little sass, and Bridges tells him to make them up some breakfast.
They didn't put ketchup on those eggs. I'm just saying.
They're rich people.
Yep, that's true. Bridges asks if the partner swap was a setup, and Mary Tate gets a bit offended before telling him that her and Arnold had lived together for a time. Over breakfast, they make some light conversation about how his parents died.
Okay, just a quick note. This is basically a different version of the Jack Nicholson character from 5 Easy Pieces. So it's kind of like a rich kid who's drifting through life, but like the Jeff Bridges version of it instead of like the Jack Nicholson version of it, like personality-wise.
Yeah. And
also Jeff Bridges doesn't seem to really hate the fact that he has... I guess it's the same thing, because at the end he like rejects it. This is like an origin story for
I feel like
Jeff Bridges' character in 5 Easy Pieces.
Jack Nicholson's character.
Yes.
I don't know that he rejects it so much as the end as he just sells the house.
He doesn't,
you know what I mean? I bet
money.
you he still has all the money.
Yeah, so he doesn't seem to hate the money or isn't as like jaded or whatever as Nicholson's character was, but it's basically the same fucking character.
Yeah.
Which was probably what attracted Bob Rafelson to it.
Yeah, sure. So now we cut back to the lair of the real estate villains, where Bridges' buddy makes excuses for why the gym deal isn't done yet, and with a felonious glint in his eye, Jabbo tells him that they might be able to help the sale along in some way.
Yeah, he was like, Dobuzu to casa. And I was like, damn, he means business.
And then the other guy was like,
That's one of my favorite characters, Salacious Crumb.
Yeah.
And a good cool name, too.
Let's see.
What movie is that? What movie are you talking about?
Indiana Jones.
Oh, never seen it.
Flash Gordon. Let's see.
Also never seen it.
Now we...
Wait, have you never seen Indiana Jones? I'm sure we had this conversation before, but...
I don't remember seeing any of them all the way through. I tried to watch the first one a few years ago and fell asleep.
Not a single one.
Apparently, from lists I've read, Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of Steven Spielberg's best movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good adventure movie, too. Like,
sure.
I don't like that one the best, but...
yeah, it's definitely not the best.
Yeah.
I get
Crystal
that it's the
Skull.
first one, but...
That's the best one.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, it was until Dial of Destiny came out.
Last Crusade you should watch.
Yes, that's
I would
like...
say start with that one, because that's like it's, I would say Uncharted, but you didn't play those either. But Last Crusade is the one to start with. If you're not like, you're kind of like, whatever about Indiana Jones. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
That's cool. Let's see. So now we see Bridges and Mary Tate walking down the street on a date when suddenly Mary sees a painting she likes in the window of an office building. So Bridges sneaks in and gets up to the office to grab the painting off the wall, but gets caught by the owner. He gets away, however, because the owner recognizes him as, local socialite Craig Blake, and because the security guard is an idiot.
It's like, to be a rich white dude. Just like, okay, you want that?
Yeah.
Wander in, take it, and like, nothing's going to happen.
And the owner is like dazzled by it. He's like, I dated your cousin.
Yeah, exactly. At first he's like, what are you doing? Then once he figures out who it is, he's like, whoa, wait a second. I can make a connection right now.
Yeah, exactly. Mary Tate is deeply entertained, but admits that she doesn't like the painting when she sees it up close. So they give it to a stranger on the street and run away.
Who happens, I'm like 99% sure that was the director.
Oh, really?
They gave it to, yeah.
He seemed young. Or I don't know. That guy just seemed... I would expect Bob, what's-his-fuck, to be old.
Like his name's Bob?
Well, he died in 2022 at, I think it was like 90. So...
Well, yeah, I guess maybe he was on the younger side.
2021.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Back at the gym, we see Anita teaching a women's karate class. Mary Tate comes in and begins changing for work, and we see that Thor has a peephole in the floor of his office where he is spying on her before being interrupted by Newton. And my note here is Thor is fucking gross.
Mm-hmm. My only note was the superb subtlety of the line, Joe, when are you going to take that mask off? Like, I was like, oh, that's... I mean, which it actually seemed literal in this sense.
Yeah.
Maybe they just didn't know how to use it. Anyway.
So Bridges' realtor buddy pays him a visit at the mansion, and they get into a little fight about the gym, but Bridges refuses to take it seriously, while also refusing to tell Mary Tate what's going on with the gym deal. Later, as Bridges and Mary Tate fuck around in the mansion, he asks if Thor might sell the gym, but she says no. Then, as they get a little frisky, the butler shows up and announces he's quitting because he doesn't approve of Bridges' life choices. And I think we're supposed to care about this, though I don't know why I would.
I mean, I kind of like old William.
I like William. I just
telling
don't
you like it is.
Like he barely has a character up to this point.
Yeah.
So why would I care that he's leaving? He's been in the movie for one scene.
Yeah, Halloran. Halloran.
Yeah,
is that his name in The Shining?
Yeah. And he shows up in It, the book.
Wait.
That's Scatman Crothers.
I was like
Dick Halloran.
Okay. Just Scatman Crothers. All of a sudden, he just shows up in the book.
That's one of the forms of It.
Hey, it's me, Scatman Crothers. It's like, why are you talking so fast? Because I'm a scat man.
Just like a page and a half of just like scatting.
Yeah, it was a tough
King's
read.
books are so long.
Yeah. I mean, you should see Richard Weber.
Keep that page count up, baby.
You should listen to the audiobook. Richard Weber just does an amazing scat for like.
Is that the guy that does all? Does he do all the books?
No. Well, he just does it. He might do a short story in like a short story collection, but what's his fucking name? Will Patton does a lot of it. Which,
why does that name sound familiar?
Because he's an old fucking white guy actor. I'm sure if you looked it up, you'd be like, oh yeah, that guy. I'm surprised you guys don't know who he is.
Wait, do you guys
Will
know
Patton? Like the name sounds very familiar. Will Patton.
For some reason, I thought of the guy from Star Trek, like the kid.
I thought of the
Will
general,
Wheaton,
but you know,
yeah, Will Wheaton. That's
I think Will Wheaton might actually read a short story. I mean, because he was in Stand By Me, which is Stephen King.
Oh, Will Patton, yeah, from fucking Armageddon.
Yeah. He's in Armageddon. He's in.
Oh, I love that guy. That guy's the best.
he's in The Punisher.
Yeah.
He's in Silo.
He's the gay mobster in The Punisher.
Yeah, he does a lot of them. There's another guy that I'm forgetting his name.
Stop talking about good shows, Joe.
Oh yeah, Silo is a good show.
Wait, Silo is good?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually subscribed to a month of Apple TV for because we've been watching Shrinking, and that show's really good too.
That show's super good. We didn't finish the first season.
Very sad, but
it was very good. Okay, so as we see some footage of Bridges and Arnold working out some more, we get another Civil War letter from Bridges' uncle to let him know that they will see each other soon at the socialites' party. Arnold takes Bridges out to the town from Deliverance to show off his fiddling skills and drink some moonshine before Bridges gets struck by the spirit and dances his problems away.
I mean, I know you haven't, Chris, but Joe, have you ever had actual moonshine?
No.
Okay, me neither. Like the closest I've probably ever had is either Everclear or Bacardi 151.
Yeah, I mean, they sell stuff that's like, oh, it's moonshine, but I don't think it's like actual.
Like I had some of, like Vanessa brought back some like moonshine, like quote unquote. But I sincerely doubt that's like real shit.
No, it's not, because Erica, I bought one for her for Christmas, like a little tiny like sampler one or whatever. It's like 15% alcohol.
Got it.
It's not even close.
No.
Beers that have more alcohol.
It comes in a mason jar, so it counts.
Yeah,
that's what makes it qualify as moonshine. You put anything in a mason jar. I put tequila in a mason jar and then called it moonshine. Yeah,
it sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, by the way, they don't sell Everclear or Bacardi 151 in California anymore. They don't sell Bacardi 151 at all since 2016.
Huh.
Which I didn't know. And then California banned Everclear in 2003, which I definitely know we got some Everclear before then, apparently, because I definitely remember having bottles of Everclear. But were you there when we tricked... This is not a nice story. When we tricked Dave into drinking 151?
No.
You weren't there?
I mean, I might have been.
I ended up buying a bottle of Bacardi 151, which it's, what's half, like 75 and a half proof, I guess.
Yeah.
Or percent alcohol. We also had a bottle of Southern Comfort that was there. So we're like, hey, let's take some shots. And we poured 2 Southern Comforts for Brett and I, and then we poured him a 151, and it wasn't very nice, but it was funny. When he took it.
Did he throw up?
I don't think he threw up, but I think he got close. But I feel like you were there, but I can't remember.
I mean, I probably was. But like, that was also
like
that story is old enough to drink by itself now. It's of legal age, so
yeah, that's true.
No, the only time I can really remember with him drinking is when he did a power hour and got to like 30 minutes and threw up everywhere.
He threw up everywhere?
Oh, yeah. Well, because like...
Did you make it?
Oh, I didn't do the power hour. He was just doing it.
He tried to do a power hour. Okay.
Yeah, which, I mean, that's a lot of alcohol.
Yes, that is a lot. I've done it a couple times, and it's
way more than a beer every 10 minutes because it's 1.5 ounces.
Yeah. Hopefully you have a regular shot glass with it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. I mean, I had fun every time I've done it, but don't do that. That's how you get alcohol poisoning.
Yep.
And if you do it, make sure you drink enough. Like you build your tolerance up beforehand so you can handle it.
Yeah, spend the couple of years before that really pounding the liquor.
Exactly.
I mean, I can probably do a power hour right now if I had like Coors Light or something.
Exactly. And don't do it without, like, nobody listens to this. Don't do it with anything besides like Coors or Miller or Bud Light.
Yeah. Mm. Also, don't beer bong Miller High Life because it's very fizzy.
You get sick. Off of that,
yeah.
Like right away?
Like pretty much, where it's just like, oh my God. Like your stomach is just like constantly immediately like, nope. and like expanding. Yeah. Just like, oh, that's a bad idea.
Also, I'm like, sorry, back to the movie. I'm like 75% sure I read that Jeff Bridges was actually drunk during this dance scene, but I can't remember where I read it, so I might be wrong. But
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know if it was on actual moonshine. I doubt it.
Yeah.
It's also weird how out of focus the whole dance sequence is.
Yes. I don't know. I feel like he was going for a very like...
They're drunk, maybe? Like...
Yeah, I feel like he was going for very like authentic, like he wanted like authentic Southern experience. He didn't want to do like fancy, real movie stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of this movie feels, I don't know. We'll get into that later. But okay, so after the dancing, we cut back to the city late at night to see Franklin and Anita arrive at the gym, but find that the door is unlocked. Inside, they find 3 goons, the same dudes that started the bar fight earlier, wrecking up the joint.
Coincidentally, though.
Yeah, so yeah, it is coincidentally, I guess. Yeah. Anita kicks the shit out of one of them with her karate, but upstairs, Franklin gets his nuts worked over in a brutal double team, and it is way less sexy than it sounds.
Yeah, I was really hoping. Good.
They basically take the end of a pool cue and like jab him right in the balls.
Yeah, they fucking put his 8-ball in his corner pocket. That's not that funny because that's what they say in the movie. I think he says left ball corner pocket or something.
Yeah, I didn't catch that, but the 8-ball's a way better line. See, one pass from a comedy, like any sort of person that understands comedy would have helped the fucking movie. Why would you do? Anyway,
yeah, I don't know.
Left ball, which I guess I get. Like, yes, it's actual. Like if he's going left with it, but anyway. I was really hoping that he busted out his Freddy Krueger voice sometime during this. Like, he just started calling him bitch. Like,
that's when he develops the voice, is like as he's writhing in pain on the ground.
It goes down instead of
he
up.
Goes, oh,
that bitch. It was like,
got something working here.
Yeah.
Wes Craven's just at the theater like, I just got an idea. All right, this guy, he like haunts your dreams, right? And he got like burned.
He got
like
fucking,
Wes, you got that from that guy just getting hit in the balls. Like, that's why I'm the master of terror, dog.
Fuck yeah.
Let's see. So as the goons escape, we hear them mention Jabbo. The next day, we see Bridges talking to Thor and offering.
Right here, the Salacious Crumb, like. Like,
yeah.
Sorry.
As they drive off in their truck, he's just laughing in the back.
He's sitting on there. Like.
He's sitting on the tailgate.
If I knew fucking movie editing, I would totally edit him in sitting on there when they get in there.
Let's see. The next day, we see Bridges talking to Thor and offering to cover the cost of repairs, which Thor accepts.
It's just fucking creepy. He's like, the employees are like my children, basically.
Yeah, I think he's trying to like...
I know.
Yeah, he's trying to manipulate him, but like it's creepy, like you said. Back at the mansion, Bridges is stressed out and starts acting like a real asshole to Mary Tate.
Mhm.
She says she loves him, and he says, "Great."
My last note is, man, Craig is a total dick.
Yeah,
So
just a real piece of shit after this. Cut to some time later. It's the night of the socialites' party. As the couple get ready and Bridges is still being a jerk. At the party, they meet up with Arnold, and it's clear that Arnold and Mary Tate are pretty out of place among all these rich folks.
But his outfit is fucking amazing.
It's amazing.
Like it's
like a glossy, like 70s cowboy shirt,
It's like a
little,
silk cowboy shirt.
Yeah, with a little like in the pocket area, but it's like a sideways S or whatever. And he's got like a purple ascot on. He's out there kind of looking like Fred from fucking Scooby-Doo. Almost.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Same shape, too. And it kind of seems while they're at the party like Bridges is just showing them off like oddities to all his friends.
yeah.
Bridges finds his real estate buddy and confronts him about the break-in, confirming that it was Jabo's doing. Then they get into a fight when his friends start talking shit about Arnold.
You also see sorry, I don't know if either of you. I know Joe's not going to recognize the name, but you also see Joanna Cassidy in there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Okay, I don't either.
It's the she's in 6 Feet Under. She's in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. She's Arnold's like the one that he goes away with. Yeah, she's the boss.
I know who she is in this movie, but
yeah, so she's the one that like the rich girl,
the rich lady that takes a shine to Arnold and then like takes him on a mini vacation.
Yeah, so she's in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. She's the boss in that.
Got
She's
it.
Brenda's mom in 6 Feet Under.
Yeah. She
And looks
fucking
exactly the same. But
sucks.
wait, she sucks?
Brenda's mom.
Oh, I mean, I've watched that show enough to where I'm like, I love her.
Fair enough.
She tells it like it is. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not wrong, Brenda's mom. You're just an asshole.
Yes, exactly. But as far as like their confrontation with Pornstache.
Yeah.
Pornstache, sorry.
Pornstache.
There you go. Halsey, I think is his name.
It's Hal Halsey or something.
Yeah. I was like, man, he looked like a tiny bit like Will Forte. I'm like, God, I wish Will Forte would have played that. To where it was like just playing it all like Will Forte. Like
that would have been. See, yeah.
Like I saw him for a second. I was like, oh man, this would have been awesome.
He honestly looks like Brooks and Dunn from Brooks and Dunn if they had a baby. That's what that guy looks like.
Will Forte or
no,
I don't know
Halsey.
No, yeah,
okay.
Halsey, you know who Halsey really reminds me of? Have you seen Black Klansman?
No, not yet.
No, he looks like Topher Grace playing David Duke in that movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure the actor would love to know that. You look like a super, I mean, either way, you look like a Southern guy.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so Bridges goes to find Mary Tate outside with Ed Begley Jr. to make him jealous, while inside, Bridges' former friends heckle Arnold.
That was Ed Begley Jr.?
Yeah. So that guy,
I didn't recognize him.
That was Ed Begley Jr.
It was a dark scene, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, who is most famous for playing Stickwell in
Sam Stickwell, yeah.
Batman Forever.
No, Stickwell's Arrested Development.
Oh, Stickwell's? Okay,
no.
sorry.
Yeah, that's Sitwell. Sam Sitwell.
Damn, now I'm curious what his name is in Batman Forever. That would be great if it was Stickwell. You can keep going, sorry.
So Bridges' friends are inside heckling Arnold and the other fiddlers until they eventually stop the show and Arnold leaves with Joanna Cassidy, who is one of the less shitty rich ladies that he met at the party.
Yeah, she's pretty much like, granted, she gets like no development whatsoever, but who does in this movie?
She's not a character, but
yeah, she seems like she's like the female version of Jeff Bridges, basically.
Yeah, she seems less like Old Money to me. You know what I mean? Like everybody else in this country club kind of screams Old Money.
Exactly, like they're just complete assholes.
Yeah.
Is that what old money is? I'm assuming. Just
yeah, I mean, sure. Yes.
And then
so Bridges and Mary Tate also leave as they are fighting, and then we cut back to the mansion with Bridges getting out of the shower and wanting to act like everything is fine, but Mary has had it and is going to leave.
When they're arguing, I completely missed that she was calling him Swampy, because she's calling him Swampy throughout this whole thing, which I didn't notice until I watched it with subtitles.
Movie.
Yeah. Which, did they call him Suave before?
What? No. She, at the bar, she tells him that he looks like a swamp, and I didn't understand that at all, but that's her nickname for him.
Yes.
Okay, but they call him Suave.
Yeah, somebody.
Oh, like a few different people during the party.
Yes.
Yeah, they call him Suave. So that's why I thought it was a play on that, like her making fun of him, like calling him Swampy.
That it probably was, because up till this point, she has only called him Swamp, not Swampy.
Oh, okay, yeah, well,
so I guess she's making fun of him now. I didn't hear anybody call him Suave, so
it's because of the subtitles.
Yeah. I just missed it.
But also, that party was so fancy that Captain Crunch was even there. Like, did you see that fucking guy? Like, holy shit! Before she leaves, he got
yeah. He's the guy that like comforts the hostess when
exactly. I would say he would say they're great. Like, I don't remember what fucking that's Tony the Tiger. I know that he's like they're great.
He's like, get out of here! I'll fuck up the roof of your mouth.
He says something. I don't remember the fucking Captain Crunch. He's got to say something. There's no way that Captain Crunch is getting away with not saying like tricks are for kids. What's Captain Crunch's? I
don't know.
Crunch berries.
I kill pirates. I don't know.
Busting with the dead pirate. What's that? What? There's a.
Crunch ties me, Captain. He doesn't say it. The kids say it too.
That is not. Oh, that's the original slogan.
Wait, do they have a new slogan?
The original slogan was, "It's got corn for crunch, earth for punch, and it stays crunchy even in milk."
I just read that right as you were saying that.
Oh my god,
that stays like crunchy a horrible even poop. In milk. It should be "Stay crunchy, my friends." There's nothing that's popping up right away, so he doesn't have anything.
He's stoic. He doesn't need it.
He's a captain. I don't need a fucking friend.
Yeah.
Not Private Crunch, dickhead. Captain.
There's a reason I'm not an admiral yet. All right. Okay, so Bridges throws himself in front of Mary Tate's car, but she leaves anyway as he screams after her that he needs her. The next morning, Bridges' Civil War uncle tries to dispense some wisdom, and then they talk about squirrels and goats or some shit. I don't know, man. I'm fucking tired of this movie. We go now to registration for the Mr. Universe competition to introduce some new characters that don't matter 2/3 of the way into this movie.
Yeah.
Like a pair of brothers who have a secret language because this movie still thinks it can be a comedy. Back at the gym, we find out.
You also got Ken Waller there, who
yeah, I assume there was a bunch of people that I wasn't.
For Pumping Iron, yeah. Anyway,
yeah, a bunch of bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Back at the gym, we find out that Mary Tate has quit, and as Thor counts the money from the entry fees, Franklin tells him that there's a businessman here to see him. So he gives the money to Newton to guard, and then goes down to meet with Bridges' former real estate buddy, or Pornstake. Pornstachio? What's his name again?
Pornstache.
Sorry. Thor spends the afternoon getting wined and dined by Jabbo and the other members of the Realtor Mafia, and then they convince him to sell.
I'm just imagining him at Jabba the Hutt's palace.
Sorry. No, they're on his fucking pleasure cruiser or whatever. Like, it's the boat. The sail barge, that's what it's called.
I am so glad that I didn't know his name was Jabbo before this happened, because I'd have so many Jabba the Hutt jokes in here.
We wouldn't have recorded tonight, I gotta tell you that. You'd be like, I need more time.
No, I need more time.
Need more time.
Okay, so they try to convince Thor to sell by telling him that they're going to set him up with his own chain of massage parlors, I think.
Yeah.
But if I'm understanding the movie correctly, that's all just sort of a bullshit excuse to send him home with a couple of prostitutes to help convince him to sell the gym.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, I don't... yeah. It got really complicated for no reason.
You also see, like, Jeff Bridges hanging out, like, with at the pool, like with what's her name again?
Yeah,
Dorothy?
so he's hanging out at Dorothy's house, and I think we're supposed to. I don't know.
It was right here. It was just right here where I was like, oh, this is just like a worse version of Billy Madison. It was just like, like it just reminded me.
That's true. That's fucking true. Let's just watch Billy Madison instead.
Yeah.
Shabba-doo.
You're right, Veronica.
So here, I don't know. This next part just feels real gross to me. I'm not a prude, and I don't care about like nudity or sex in a movie. But this felt gratuitous, and especially after hearing the accusations toward the director, this was just like this was a totally unenjoyable part of the movie.
Exactly. This is the, I'm assuming this is the big-titted, big-haired type of girls that Bob Rafelson was telling Arnold about.
Yeah.
Like, this was just
Jesus.
like, ugh.
Yeah.
And the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, cool, boobs. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, ugh. Both those girls probably had to have sex with fucking Rafelson in order to get this part.
Yeah.
There's a very high possibility.
Yes, a very strong possibility.
And it just like from this point on, the movie decides just to double down on the creepiness, like just fucking starting
in
like,
the worst
right
way
around
possible.
Here. Yeah.
So Thor brings the two ladies back to the gym, where he basically holds Newton hostage and tries to force him to have sex with one of the girls while he has sex with the other. And I'm just realizing now I forgot to mention the racism also, where he tells the girls that Newton's name is like Wabo or something.
Did not catch that.
He fucking
Wamba?
I don't know. Yeah, Wamba or some shit where he like tries to exoticize him. I don't know. It's fucking weird. And
there's also like a Confederate flag hanging on them. Like I did not mention that until now, but there's just I mean, it was the South and whatever. Yeah. Not excusing it. It's just that's. I don't know. I'm sure there still is a Confederate flag hanging up in one of these gyms now. So anyway.
So Newton spends the night pretending to have sex while Thor gets drunker and drunker and bangs his way throughout the gym with the other girl.
And it's just weird because it's like weird, like new stuff for the characters.
Yeah.
To where it's like all of a sudden this, I keep forgetting. I don't know anybody's name.
Yeah.
Newton, yes. All of a sudden he's like into. It's not even S&M. It's like.
I don't even think that has anything to do with it. I think
there's no sex involved. He just ties her up.
I think he ties her up specifically so she can't tell Thor that they're not fucking.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
He just that's why he has her mouth taped shut. He tells her before Thor comes in, like, "Don't you say shit." And then when she tries to tell Thor, like, "Oh, this guy's trying to kill me" or whatever, and he covers her mouth. I think all he wants is to get through the night and not fuck this lady. And Thor literally threatens him. He's like, if you don't fuck this lady, I'm gonna, So
I'm gonna fucking bash you with a, with what he has,
iron, something or other.
So. Yeah, I mean, that's why he's at the gym all the time, because he doesn't like having sex with ladies. As we've discussed. Because he's gay. Yeah.
No, homosexuals. Yeah. If he just had it look like a potato and had Sorry.
Yeah, and he gives her a massage. I don't know.
And a nice tan, too.
Yeah, he loves his craft. So.
Do you guys think that if I put in, what if Gene Hackman was a potato in AI, it would give me a good picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably would.
I'll do it right now.
Okay, cool. If you get anything good.
The next morning, we see Arnold returning from a mini vacation. Go ahead.
Okay. No. I'm waiting for that picture now. like, oh man, this is gonna be good. Hopefully. Anyway,
sorry. So the next morning, we see Arnold returning from a mini vacation, courtesy of his newfound sugar mama. Although he heads to the competition without really giving her a second thought.
Yeah, and she doesn't seem to care either. So she's kind of like she's like the
cool
same way, like I said, like the female version of Craig. So she's okay, fine, whatever. Did they give you something good?
You got it?
Oh, I'll send these to you.
Yeah,
and you all can see them on her. Yeah,
we're just gonna post these without any context way before this episode comes out. So back at the gym, Newton heads out with the prostitutes as Thor is nowhere to be found. He leaves the money all over the floor, but yeah.
Did you guys get? Did you say?
I like that second picture a lot.
Wait, I didn't get nothing. Oh, okay, there we go.
The one without the shirt is the best.
Wait. Without the shirt?
Is that's supposed to be Gene Hackman, right?
I guess.
According to AI. I like the one with the shirt because he could also be a chocolate chip muffin.
Yeah. He's got like hardened grease on his head.
Okay. Next, do Popeye Doyle as a potato. Because that's specifically his character in the French Connection.
He just really wants the hat on him. Okay. So next we see Bridges show up at the competition searching for Arnold. Although when he finds him, Arnold is a little cold towards him. And we also get the titular line of the film as Arnold tells Bridges he doesn't want to indulge in the country club lifestyle because if you get too comfortable, it becomes hard to give that comfort up. He'd rather stay hungry.
I like that line.
Yes, that's a decent little thing.
Yeah.
Too bad it's not in any of the rest of the movie. Like, the movie's not about that.
Way too late. Yes.
Like, the movie's not about that at all.
Yeah. True. It's a very good line to where it's like, it's a completely different movie to where it's like Arnold like not connecting. This would make more sense with the mask thing, like earlier, where she's like, you got to take your mask off. He's like, no, I can't. I have to stay hungry.
You can't eat with the mask on.
That's how I'm trying to stay hungry. I got to stay in shape. You also see Franco.
Yeah.
Where was Franco?
Well, he gets introduced, and I think it's a blurry Franco.
Oh, okay.
Because he's like,
Franco they say he came all the way from Sardinia.
Yes, which is where he's
the
from.
warrior
it's like
from Sardinia.
Franco. It's not the right last name, but it's like something with an O.
Franco Olumbo.
Jesus Christ, Joe! Why would you?
Wait, did you send something else?
Jesus.
That's
horrible.
That's just Popeye with. Okay.
I know.
What the fuck is this? Looks like a.
Look at his nipples.
It's got
nipples.
But you know what's great is it works because it like it's a potato, so it's like the spud, like the one in like. That's,
no.
Those nipples are. I don't like that.
Although I have to imagine Gene Hackman's body kind of looks like that.
God damn it! You know what sucks is now I'm going to mess with AI for like an hour after this, trying to get like a more accurate version,
a good one.
You got to give a lot of prompts and negative prompts to get like specifically what you want.
Yeah.
So
like, can you feed pictures into it?
Some of them you can, but it's probably like a premium plan. I just mainly like do it for just jokes. Like I think
that's not a joke. That's a fucking crime. That's so.
I was hanging out with some friends and somehow we got on, like, he was like, oh, what if the guy was on your team, but you didn't like him? Like, oh, he's good. Like, yeah, what if he's an asshole? Like, what if it was Hitler playing running back on your team? And then, that became a whole thing. And then, of course, I had to do some AI-generated art of Hitler playing running back. Football? Yeah.
I tried to put Hitler into something and it wouldn't do it.
Some of them don't. Stable diffusion, I think you get 10 credits a day, so 10 pictures a day, and you can put in whatever.
Okay, like chat G whatever.
Yeah.
TP or PT.
GPT.
Like, I ain't doing that Hitler shit. No.
Yeah.
That's what it said too. Also, okay, back to the movie real quick. You get Ken Waller like showing off like, hey, Arnold, look what I can do. Like resting a fresca on his titties.
Yeah.
It's a good place to rest. I'm not even gonna explain that. Just
nope.
Don't watch the movie either. I was gonna say watch the movie anyway.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and that's as good a place as any to wrap up the first half of our summary for Stay Hungry. But we'll be back in just a few days to finish things off, as well as take care of all the other fun stuff we usually do before we finally get to throw this damn movie at the mercy of the Spreadator. Until then, though, we'd be eternally grateful if you'd take just 30 seconds to leave us a rating or review on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It helps us out so much, and we always appreciate any sort of constructive feedback from our listeners. Anyway, thanks so much, and we'll see you guys in a few days.
See you at the party, Richter!
If you enjoy our show, please consider giving us a positive review on Apple Podcasts or your podcast app of choice. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Potty Richter to make sure you never miss an episode. See You at the Potty Richter is a production of Tape Deck Media. Follow Tape Deck on Instagram at tapedeck_media or look us up on Facebook for more hilarious podcasts.
This has been a Tape Deck Media production. Thank you for listening.